Hey Angie, so I wasn't really sure what I wanted to talk about. I just kind of picked something at random. I decided to talk about the Inkworld trilogy by Cornelia Funke. I own two of the books. I don't own the first one, so this is number two and this is number three. It goes Ink Heart, Ink Spell, Ink Death. The covers are really, really beautiful. I know Ink Death sounds kind of foreboding. And that's the end of the series. And it starts with Inkheart, and this 12-year-old girl named Maggie lives with her father, Mo, who's a bookbinder. They're both extremely obsessed with reading, and interestingly, Mo has never read out loud to Maggie, even when she was extremely small. That is because when Maggie was 3, Mo was reading aloud to her and her mother out of a book called Inkheart. It turns out that he possessed a magical power with his voice, and he accidentally read characters out of the book. And the characters that he read out were Capricorn, the main bad guy in the story, one of his henchmen, and another character named Dustfinger. And on that night, he read Maggie's mother into the story. So these two villains from this fantasy book and another non-villainous character are running around in our world, and his wife was sucked into the world of the book. And so, since then, he's never read aloud again because he's terrified of what might happen and who might disappear and who might come out. One night, Dustfinger shows up and tells Mortimer that somebody is looking for him, and it turns out that Capricorn is trying to have all of the copies of Inkheart burned so that he can never get sent back, and he's also trying to capture Mortimer because he can read things out of books, because he wants him to read out things that will help him gain more money and power, and so that he can be powerful in this world. It's a pretty good series. Obviously, it's kind of a dream come true for people that really love books, to be able to pull things out of books, and then later in the second book they end up being able to visit the world of Inkheart. I think it's a really good story. It has really good characters. I really like Mortimer, her father. He's a really great character, but I think my favorite character is actually Dustfinger. He has a pet pine marten that he takes with him everywhere, and he plays with fire. That's his thing, and he does magical things with fire, although not as magical in this world as in the world that he comes from. The only things that bothered me about this series are sometimes it feels a little bit too childish for me, and I know that it's written for older children, but I feel sometimes that there's not really a lot of suspense as far as what's going to happen with the characters and is everyone going to be okay. And I also feel like, even though I love that her entire family is book obsessed, and the whole series is really just devoted to a love of books and a love of reading, and I love that, but at the same time I kind of feel sometimes that I'm getting beaten over the head with it, and you know how much I hate being beaten over the head with things by authors, even if it's something that I like and agree with. It is a really good series, and it has really, really fun, engaging characters, and like I said, it's like a dream come true to be able to, pull magic out of a book and then later be able to go into the book and just immerse. Who wouldn't want to go into a book? I know I would like to go into a book. So yeah, it's definitely a really fun, lighthearted read, and it's a really, really good story. Read it. It's good. Okay.